Hello and welcome back to my channel, Higher Thinking with Valerie Yu. Welcome back to the people that have been here before, and hello and welcome to the people that are new to this channel. Today we're going to be talking about self-love, okay? You guys, I'm going to be talking about self-love a lot in my upcoming videos because I feel that the world really needs to learn how to love themselves more, okay? How to accept yourself more, how to know what loving yourself even looks like, because a lot of us grew up in environments or home life where we didn't have a healthy version of light of love to look up to. I was going to say a healthy version of life, okay? A lot of us didn't grow up with a healthy version of life. When you grow up in poverty or you grow up in some type of emotionally or mentally or even physically abusive type of environment. Some people don't even have family, right? Some people grew up in foster homes or were adopted. So all of that plays a factor in how we view love. And when we think about love, we don't really, well, I was going to say we don't really know what love is when we are small, but the thing is that we actually do. Children actually already embody love. What do children do? Their love is unconditional, just like a dog's, right? That means that no matter what, they're always going to forgive and let go and still love you. That's why us as children, we were able to be spanked or whatever, however you were raised, even by other people, right? A friend or something like that might have called us a name, but we would forgive them later. It's because we already have that innate feeling, that innate gift, that innate program, right? Given we're naturally programmed, not like programmed like how we are in this matrix reality, but God, the creator, right? We were naturally programmed to be unconditionally loving. We were the definition of pure love in its purest, okay? But of course, as you get older, you actually start to understand yourself and the world around you in a more profound way. Usually this is past, I would say, going into the early teens, okay? And I'm speaking from experience, and I'm also talking about, we know that the brainwave state after the age of 7 changes, right? From 7 below, the brainwave state, this is science, is in brainwave where you're just kind of taking in information like a sponge, and then it changes. So you actually start kind of thinking for yourself instead of just like taking everything as is, right? But really, when you get into those teenage years, that's why teenage years are so difficult, because you're actually starting to develop that frontal lobe. I'm not to say that it hasn't been developing before that, but I'm saying is first of all, the frontal lobe isn't even completely developed until age 25. I don't know if that's the same for men and women, but I'm speaking in general terms here. So that tells you a lot. Now that when you think about it, really before the age 25, you're not actually fully online, and you can't, don't get me wrong, we're always having gifts and abilities even as a child, but what I'm saying is that your brain is fully developed, because our brain is a vital part of being a human being in a physical body. So we have to coincide and work with our brain. It's not just about spirituality. When you're living a physical reality life, you also have to work with the spiritual and the physical. You got to balance both of them out, okay? Work with them both, implement them both in your life. So anyway, as I was saying, you start to think about your past and what love is and what love looked like and how you were treated and this and this and that. And that's where that resentment, where that trauma, where that awakening all comes from, is because you're starting to understand life in a more profound way. And you're starting to realize, yeah, the way that this person treated me when I was younger, the things that this person said to me when I was younger, that wasn't right or that wasn't fair. You start to understand justice. You start to understand what real love is. You start to understand what real love is because you are starting to realize that you want to be able to love yourself in a way that you were never loved before. And this is for a majority of people because we do know this planet needs more healing and love and peace, okay? So, as an adult, it is your responsibility now. You cannot put the blame on the past or on the people of the past, such as your parents, etc., whoever. You just can't. As an adult, your life changes dramatically, whether you have children, whether you get married, it doesn't matter. Just going into those adult years, you are now responsible for yourself, your thoughts, your actions, and your healing. Okay? And really, the core of everything is you starting off by loving yourself. Do you love yourself enough to start asking questions? Do you love yourself enough to start that dream business? Do you love yourself enough to walk away from that relationship that you know you're just settling for? That relationship where the person doesn't treat you the way that you want or and deserve to be treated. Do you love yourself enough to start working out because you know? Do you love yourself enough to change your habits because now you're borderline diabetes and now you need to change your habits? Do you love yourself enough? It all starts from that core. Because if you think about why you do anything, why you wake up in the morning, why you go do this, why you go do that, why you fix your hair, right? Why I fixed myself up today. It really wasn't for anybody because I don't have a man. I wasn't around any men. And no men are looking at me, right? Besides here on the camera, right? So my point is that it all stems from the heart space, which is self-love, which is love, okay? So we start to grow this idea and this form of what love is. And you can tell how much someone loves themselves by who they choose to be, the people in their life, how they allow people how they allow people to treat them, and most importantly, how they treat themselves. Okay, if you love yourself, the likelihood chance of you becoming depressed or thoughts of unaliving yourself is very slim. Okay, if you love yourself, the thoughts of you ending up with somebody that treats you poorly or is abusive or etc is slim to none. Okay, because at the end of the day, we have to take accountability and understand that a lot of the things that we went through as an adult, okay, was a choice, and it was most likely because of your lack of self-love. All right, so here's a little, to end this video, here's a little question I want you to reflect on. Okay, when you think about your day-to-day life, you can answer it in the comments below if you feel like it, or you can just answer it in your head. You can write it down, but ask yourself in your day-to-day life, when you think about your life, what are some things that you do in your day that are an expression of self-love? Okay, and we'll expand more on this topic in the future. But what are some things that you do on a day-to-day basis that is a form of self-love? Is it getting yourself ready in the morning? Do you have like a really nice like beauty routine in the morning where you like massage your face and like you do this every morning, or you at least try to anyway? Like, do you make sure that you go to the gym after work and you stay consistent with that, because self-love goes so much deeper though than things like that. Self-love is really about saying no when you want to say no too. It goes deep. It's about walking away from things that no longer serve you. Believing in yourself, keeping promises to yourself is a form of self-love. So tell me in the comments if you feel like it. What is something that you do on a day-to-day basis that is a form of self-love? You can name something physical like working out or doing the beauty routine or whatever, or you can name something even deeper. Okay? All right, you guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up so I know that you like it. If you have any comments or questions or any topics about self-love that you want me to go deeper into, because I really feel like the world needs to love themselves more, because it all starts within ourselves, okay? So you can see more love on the outside world. All right. Sending you lots of peace. Sending you lots of love. See you in the next video.